I am recording. Wow, got bright all of a sudden.
Yep, it did. Stand by. Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Where were we? Okay, so now I've shown you all kinds of cool accessories on Trinity herself. Let me also show you about all the different angles and mounting points I'll be using to film this awesome epic adventure. So we'll start real quick with the helmet itself. This is an HJC Arfa Max. I absolutely love it. It's super lightweight and very, very quiet, but reasonably priced. And I've mounted a Sena 10C Evo, which has all kinds of Bluetooth accessories. I can listen to my phone, I can listen to music, I can listen to the FM radio, I can communicate wirelessly with other people who have Sena headsets. But more importantly, it has a 4K camera. Also mounted on the front is a chin mount, so I can record the view in front of me without having any part of the helmet in the shot. And thirdly, I have a helmet mount on the top for GoPros where I can mount it looking forward or I can mount it looking back if I have other riders with me. All right, and then on the bike itself, I have a mount right here on the rear brake reservoir. And that's just gonna be good for recording me talking. I have another one on this side mounted to the rear view mirror, just a little bit higher elevation. And of course I can also record from my phone if I want to just record my self-dialogue using the phone. Down below here I have a mount down low that I can shoot forward and get some really cool action shots of the wheel. It also swivels and I can make it point backwards, so if I want to get shots of me shifting the lever and doing other things this direction. Over on this side, I have a mount. It's a little bit higher on the crash bars, also pointed forward so I can get some different angles of the front wheel. Working our way back, we have a GoPro mount on top of this pannier so I can shoot forward over my hip. And working our way around to the very back, I have some sweet little hidden gems. Nice little GoPro mount under here, so if I'm riding with some friends of mine, I can be recording them coming up behind me. While you're down here, I'll just reach way under here and show you another cool spot. This is mounted to the pannier bracket and allows me to shoot backwards, get the rear wheel rolling, get a little piece of the rear chain. Back up to the top and we have another mount on this pannier that I can use to record the opposite direction. And last but not least, I call this my angel cam, thanks to Leroy Mazik who named it for me. Man, it's a really cool perspective because it allows me to record from the back looking up forward through the sweeping turns that I'll be riding on. And besides all these cool little mounting points, here are some of the recording devices I'll be using. Of course, I've already introduced you to the Sena 10C Evo. Right next to it is the GoPro Hero 7. I love that GoPro. And this is the GoPro Hero 5 Session. Great little GoPro, much more compact. I use this one a lot when I'm mounting them down below the wheels and places like that. And then last but not least, mounted in this pannier is gonna be my drone. So I'll have my DJI Mavic Pro with me at all times. While I'm in this pannier, I'll go ahead and tell you that this is always my electronics. I always carry all my electronics in this bag. So on top of the cameras, the GoPros, the drones, and the phone that I'll be using to record the ride, I'm a photographer, obviously, and this is partly going to be the purpose of the trip is to photograph some wildlife, some nature, some beautiful people, the cultures, the different areas that I'm going to be visiting. So this bag also has all of my camera equipment. Now for this particular trip, since I am on a motorcycle, I am going ultra light. Instead of a D5, I'm taking the D850. Nice DSLR, very versatile. I'm also going with a complete f4 kit. Instead of the 2.8 lenses, which are much bigger, much heavier, I'm going with f4 lenses. starting with the 14 to 24 f4.0 with vibration reduction. Love this lens for super wide angle, dramatic landscapes, and of course beautiful wide shots of interiors of old Catholic churches and things like that. The next lens is the 24 to 120. This is a wonderful lens, extremely versatile, not as fast as its 2.8 counterpart, but much better range. 24 to 120 allows me to shoot lots of candids as I'm traveling without having to switch lenses too often. And last but not least, for my nature and wildlife lovers, this is the beautiful 300mm f4.0 VR PF phase Fresnel technology. Huge telephoto reach for those birds and nature and wildlife. This is a Nikon Coolpix A. It's a wonderful point and shoot type camera, but it has an APS-C sensor in it. So a big, beautiful sensor with wonderful light gathering technology. And it's been converted to infrared. So this camera sees in infrared light. So it's a very unique way of seeing black and white infrared imagery. I do always carry a little laptop with me. This is my Lenovo Yoga. I love this little laptop. I can use it for anything from editing to watching movies to tablet mode for different things like that. All right, and that pretty much covers everything technology-wise that's going with me on the trip. Next up, we'll be looking at what I'll be packing for clothing, what I'll be packing for tent, what I'll be packing for sleeping, and what I'll be packing for day-to-day living.